They make it a wasteland and call it peace. Beneath carefully crafted euphemisms lie villages turned to ashes, fields flooded, families separated and displaced. Today, climate change does more than just affect nature, and it affects the very human life that we have on Earth. And my research deals with two of the hardest phenomena out there: the phenomena of war and violence, and the phenomena of climate change and intensified climate disasters. I ask specifically, how do climate disasters trigger a different anatomy of violence? How do they affect patterns of violence? And moreover, and probably more important, what can we do to mitigate these horrible, horrible effects? Imagine this. You wake up to the sound of rushing water, and your village has been submerged under floods water overnight. You scramble to meet your family, your neighbors, but it's chaos. And amid all of this, you have armed groups that are capitalizing and are instrumentalizing your suffering and desperation to their own advantage. Now, this is not some sort of sci-fi weird fantasy out there. It's the reality in a lot of places in here. My research uncovered clear evidence that after severe floods, violence intensifies and it leads to more deaths than we would have seen otherwise. Furthermore, I provide a first account on how it's not enough that in the immediate aftermath we see a surge in battle-related deaths. No, we are facing effects that persist decades, generations after this, a legacy of violence in a never-ending cycle that occurs again and again and again. You have disaster, you have violence, you have communities being vulnerable and suffering. But it's not all bad, because we said we would keep it chill tonight. So there is some sort of hope out there. There is hope by examining how communities face trade-offs and negotiate settlements that take into account environmental sustainability and their need for security provisions. By examining how policymakers talk about climate change and conflicts, I aim to put forward policy packages that aim at not just giving short-term relief, but at constructing legacies, long-term, sustainable, capacity building kind of initiatives that will remain untouched after disaster strikes. We have one home and we really need to do better than what we're doing. And this is exactly what I hope to do with my research.